we'll see some of these folks back here in early January. Cheese at Real Fan Camp zooming over this hodgepodge. That's not a very kind word.
Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd.
Great crowd of different fans. And they're here to see Chevrolet Saturday selections, including the creator of the Texas Radical. Special guest speaker, Steve Austin.
Why?
No ATV.
Watch this one kick him. Watch him go. That's my favorite.
Wow. It's been dangerous to disagree with this man. We'll see what we can do.
It's a rough job, and somebody had to do it.
Chevrolet Saturday selection brought to you by Chevrolet. Go to ESPN.com, search Chevrolet, play along. Desmond, welcome to the Saturday selections every week this
Thanks
season.
for having me. I appreciate it. Looking forward to this.
Yeah. So we're going to go to the Sunday game. The Utah State Aggies, who've lost their road opener 16 straight years.
Yeah.
They visit Rocky Top. They get Chucky Keaton back. They almost beat Auburn, remember, on the road a few years ago.
Exactly. You know, we have so many Tennessee people here. We have the chef, Tim Love. We have DJ Baby Max. I got to go with Tennessee by at least 2 scores. I'm going Tennessee.
Okay.
You talking about Utah State, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, man, here's the time. If there's ever a time for someone to go in, SEC is my favorite conference.
Okay.
This is the time right now for Utah State to go in and knock this team off. I'm going with Utah State, brother.
Wow.
You got not so fast, my friend. And I liked you better when you were stunning Steve Austin. I liked you better. Tennessee by, listen to this, a touchdown and an extra point. The extra point is very important.
Oh, that would
You know why?
that would be very big for our friends out in the desert. I would, I think Tennessee better be careful. I live in Nashville, and I think their fans look at this game and they think this is going to be easy. Utah State with Chucky Keaton coming back from an ACL, they can score. Tennessee wins, but they better be ready to play today.
Okay. Let's see if Louisville's ready to play. It's their ACC debut. Bobby Petrino is back. It's their rematch at a bowl beatdown in Miami. Beat them by 27.
Yeah.
They're only about a field goal favorite at home.
Yeah, I think, Miami's starting a true freshman and Brad Kaya. I think the atmosphere's going to be too big for him up in Louisville. I have Louisville winning again, beating Miami.
You've got Louisville beating Miami?
Yes, sir.
I say not so fast, my friend. Coach, I got to borrow your line. I just think Miami athletically is too much. Louisville, Charlie Strong going over to Texas.
Yeah.
Little changeover as far as calling the shot. So I'm going Miami.
Miami, wow.
Another one, LC.
Not so fast. Hey, listen, where's Lady Blossom? Okay, not so fast, my friend.
Yes, sir.
I'm going by Louisville. They're going to win it.
You've done your wrestling homework. That was Hey, this is the beginning of the Bobby Petrino era. Again, round 2 in Louisville. Des brings up a great point. True freshman on the road. This kid's going to be a great player. This might be a little bit too much for him in the first game. I like Louisville at home.
Our friends, the Mighty Bison, their mascot Corso, is growing up fast.
Yep.
3-time defending champions in the FCS, and they went and beat Kansas State on the road last year. They're not a very big underdog against Iowa State. The Bison knock off another Big 12 team.
Nope, not going to happen. I got to go with Iowa State. I'm going with the Cyclones.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going Iowa State. I think North Dakota State built up a little momentum in the last few years, but Iowa State takes the win today.
Nice pick. Way to go. Iowa State.
Wait a minute. You're going against Corso and the Bison.
I don't care about that, Bison. Iowa State. Home field advantage.
Heck with that.
Yeah, give it Bison.
I'm going with North Dakota State.
Oh,
I'm
man.
going with the Bison. They've won, 4 straight against FBS teams, make it 5. There's always an upset. Last year they beat Kansas State. They do it today.
Wow.
Knock
Coach
off out of
Cole,
big.
Rock Jensen have moved on. You say the defense
It's still good. The defense is still good.
UCLA and Virginia, minutes from now, Bruins are a monster favorite. We talked about how Mike London, against the number, very good with extra time. It's a crazy trend, but what do you think?
Too much Brett Hundley. This is his opportunity to show the Heisman voters on the East Coast what type of player he is. I have UCLA by 3 scores.
Big.
I got to go UCLA, Brett Hundley. I like what Jim Morris done there. UCLA all day long.
UCLA wins this in 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah.
You figured out.
And 3 extra points.
No, 3 touchdowns.
For the extra point.
No,
no
3 touchdowns and
extra
and
point.
field goal.
Okay, all right. I think the travel for Jim Mora, he thought that, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, made a decision when to bring his team over. That's a big decision because he's got to get this team ready to play. It's a noon kick, which is really 9 a.m. Pacific time. Huntley's too much. The athletes are too much. I like UCLA.
Another team making a long journey is UCLA. They take on Navy backyard there. Or Ohio State taking on Navy in the backyard. The midshipmen Do they give Barrett?
I think they do. I think they give the Buckeyes problems today, but I still think the Buckeyes will win this game. Now, if it's close going into the fourth quarter, it might be to the midshipmen. But I got the Buckeyes in the close one.
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
I
sir.
think not. You know, it's too bad that Braxton Miller's gone.
Yep.
Ohio State too deep. Urban Meyer's got that program on a roll. He's one of my favorite coaches. Ohio State.
Great pick. Ohio State, close. Real close.
Coach agrees with
You know, I think all that's the talk about Braxton Miller not being in has really galvanized this team. I expect them to be very inspired today. I think their defense will play well against that option attack. I'm going to stay big as well.
All right. We'll start the predictions. This just in from Dublin, the Croke Park Classic. Sam Ficken, kicker for Penn State. He had a rough year last year. 3 ticks on the clock from 36 for the win in Dublin. And the Nittany Lion fans hoping they can toast with Guinness. Yeah! Oh, wow! Franklin debuts with a W.
That's a big. What a start! They played a good team there.
Hey, what a start to Saturday's games, though.
That's a big
The
one.
first game of the day. I mean, what a great start.
They beat him on the pitch.
Unbelievable.
They beat him on the pitch.
On the pitch.
Yes, sir.
The Irish are ready what they're watching, but they saw an exciting game. You feel good for a kicker who was in battle in a big way like that. Big Ten, a little mini roll. They'll put it out for you. Will it continue in Houston?
You know,
The
the
Badgers
talking
and
so
LSU.
much about the Badgers offense. No one's paying attention to the defense. They only returned 3 starters. They lost Chris Borland, who was a beast. So I think that LSU will beat Wisconsin.
Man, I'm going to go the other way. LSU's got 2 quarterbacks. If you've got 2 quarterbacks, you don't really have one. Stud in the background for Wisconsin running the football.
Yeah.
I'm going Wisconsin against an SEC team. Yes, sir.
LSU speed beats power. What's in this drink here?
There we go. Now we're talking.
Now we're getting it going.
This is an SEC in the Big Ten. I think Tanner McElroy running the football is somewhat of an equalizer, but at the end of the day, I think that those quarterbacks make enough plays to win it. I like LSU.
Can they get into a rhythm?
Close one. I think they can. I think Brandon Harris ends up being the guy there.
All right.
Elsie, that's your first adult beverage. Clemson in Georgia, 5:30 on ESPN. Will we have anything like the thriller we saw last year at Clemson?
I don't think so. I think the Tigers lost too much firepower in Boyd, Watkins, and Bryant. So I think there's going to be too much Gurley tonight. I got Georgia by at least 2 scores.
Too much Gurley.
Too much Gurley.
Too much Gurley. I'm with
Too
you.
much Gurley.
I mean, that's the toughest guy with the name Gurley.
Yeah,
Well, met this guy Gurley. He's going to run that football all day long. I'm going with Georgia.
That's a great pick, but I'm telling you, low scoring. Georgia between the hedges, real close and low scoring.
I think Cole Stott could play well for Clemson in this game to keep them in it, but at the end of the day, they're on the road. They had the advantage of being at Clemson last year, took everything that they had with home field advantage to beat Georgia. I don't think they get it done on the road this time. I like Georgia to win it.
LC keeps saying low scoring.
Low
Not
scoring.
everybody
Low
agrees with
scoring.
that one. West Virginia and Alabama in Atlanta. Nick Saban's team's usually very well prepared for openers and they've covered the last 6. So they're a big favorite against West Virginia.
And they should be. West Virginia's been allergic to defense, so that continues today. Alabama big over the Mountaineers.
I got to go with you. I love the backfield at Alabama. It starts with T.J. Yellen and the other guy, his name escapes me right now, but he's just so talented, the guy, and he's a speed burner. So it's Alabama all day long. West Virginia is still not going to be able to get on track, certainly not down in Alabama.
Drink. Alabama by 25. Alabama.
This just isn't about today for me with Alabama. It's about Lane Kiffin and Blake Sims and seeing how that works itself out for the future. I think it's a conservative game plan by Lane Kiffin. They win with defense and running the football, like you said.
Interesting.
All right. Alabama, big favorites. The team that's expected to get back here, perhaps collide with the Tide in the national championship game, is Florida State. Significant favorites over Oklahoma State as the folks give you lots of new faces. History says Mike Gundy's teams are at their most dangerous when they're overlooked. Let's hear what's at stake tonight from the parties involved.
You guard against complacency by always having a chip on your shoulder, always staying hungry, always wanting more.
People have asked me, have you mentioned Florida State? What are you saying to them? I don't say anything. That motivation takes care of itself.
This is everything we want. Just knowing we're the underdog is always going to be a motivation.
They have to have an attitude of domination. They have to be willing to say good enough is not good enough, and I'm not content. That I want to stay on top, and I want to be hungry. And I think they're doing a great job of their attitude so far this season.
Oh, Kirk, I have the honor of joining you and Heather Gamecocks on ABC tonight. So obviously from you, no pick for the key to the game.
I think Oklahoma State's only chance in this game is they've got to start fast. When Florida State last year played against teams that didn't have quite the talent that they had, they blew them out 35-0 in the first quarter against many of their teams. So Oklahoma State needs to get their crowd and their young team to believe that they can play with Florida State.
You believe Oklahoma State can play with Florida State?
I think they're too young right now, especially the first game out to shoot. A lot of inexperience on the defensive line. Talented guys, but inexperienced. I think that Florida State controls the line of scrimmage, and they win big tonight. I have the nose winning big.
Stone Cold Steve, you call for some upsets. You call for some more upsets than our typical guests do. What do you think? You have the courage.
No upset here. This could be Florida State. This could be Florida State. I think famous Jameis is right back on track. He's going to come out slinging the football. If Oklahoma State can get any pressure on him, he throws up a couple of pick sixes. That might give Oklahoma State a chance. I don't think it'll happen. Florida State.
Great pick. Let me tell you one thing. Last year, I put on my helmet twice. Right. And Florida State won a national championship. And then look at this. He even made a shirt for me this year. Oh, nice. Is that nice? But that was last year. You know one thing? I love Pistol Pete, those guns. Let me have one of the guns.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I like Pistol
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Florida State, I'm a Knoll, and they roll. Florida State wins.
And they roll.
Florida State, they roll. Let's have fun. Let's have fun.
LC.
Florida State.
No black power tonight, huh?
Florida State.
Payback to the Bluegrass Bowl. Dick, best of luck, man. Thank you.
I'm going to need another beer.
Yeah, go have one.
Now let's host that. UCLA and Virginia to begin your opening football Saturday. Bob Wischusen, Matt Nolan, and Quinn Kesnick in Charlottesville. Enjoy your day, folks.